Morning, everyone. Today's message, I just want to share. I was talking with my friend yesterday, and we were trying to talk about things or uh, how to energize yourself in this thing that we're in home all the time now, and our life's changed. And she said, "I just want to do something." And I laughed and I said, "I actually know exactly what you're talking about. So whether that's physically or mentally, I need to get something versus that just makes you go, Urgh. I took a breath of fresh air the other day and I looked at my lawn and the grass is growing. Well, that's activity, but it's not So I'm looking for those things to do. So what I decided, actually, was listening to an action coach, Bruce Wilson, a friend of mine, and he was talking about the difference of your performance level to your potential. And the potential is your goal. Right? So he was talking about what's the gap between those two, because you really shouldn't change your goals right now. Got to keep your goals. Now, how you're going to get them, that's where you got to get creative and change the way you're doing things, but your goals shouldn't change. So the gap between your performance and your goal, reaching your goal, is what are the interferences? And I thought about that, and today's my goal is to attack those interferences. So first thing you got to do is what I did was I listed down what is interfering for me reaching my goal. And I would suggest you do that today. List down 3 to 5 things that are interfering with you to reaching that goal that you know you can do, or your potential. So I'll share mine with you right now and see if they're similar. Number one is, for me, is the negativity around. It's just around on the TV, the radio. My daughter gives me updates every 30 minutes on the numbers of cases and deaths, and it's just constantly over the news. Even talking to friends, the subject always goes there. So the number two one is pity. I'm a very people person. I love networking, getting around. That's how I built my business. Not being able to do that right now. So feeling sorry for my making excuses that I can't grow my business now or help people because I'm not out and about. So that's the second interference. The third one is reliance. With all these new technology that we're trying to learn, I'm trying to learn how to be better at podcasts, webinars. Zoom was somewhat easy, thank God for that. But the webinars and geez, I just don't know how to do it. I don't feel comfortable with podcasts. I got to learn this software. I have a friend, she's a teacher, and she talks about it takes me a half hour, 45 minutes to do something that someone younger, more fluent in the computers and the software would do quicker. So I get that frustration because it just, every time you do it, it takes you 2 or 3 times longer. The next one is procrastination. I'm a great procrastinator, and that's an interference for me, especially being at home. There's a lot of distractions. And the last one is fear. I'm going to do a webinar. Well, I'm afraid that it's going to screw up. There's going to be technological problems, or nobody's going to show up. So I listed those down. So I recommend list those down. And the is what's the opposite of each one. So, for instance, the negativity thing. Just turn the TV off, put music on. We can't even release ourselves into sports. But if you're in conversation with your friend, talk about what's going to happen when you come out of this. How things are going to be. You're going to be stronger. Your business is going to be stronger. Your life's going to be better. We made changes. What are the good things? The pity part I talked about. Well, certainly you can do a lot of networking on Zoom. And I've been doing a lot of that. You can have us on group chat last night, just a happy hour. I'm calling all my old clients, past clients, people even non-clients that I've known for years, just checking in on them. That's given me that back. So that's the opposite of the pity. The reliance, first thing I did when I went into business for myself was the paper clips. All of a sudden there's no paper clips. There wasn't a closet to go to, so I had to take care of that myself. So if there's a software that you need and you're using and you're not great with it, block off 2 or 3 hours, and that's all you're going to focus off, not the 100 other things you want to do. The next part, procrastination. I'm great at this. So instead of having a list so now what I'm going to do, instead of having a list of 20, 30 things I'm going to do today, I'm just going to list 3 things that I'm going to accomplish and make sure I get them done and have a goal to get them done by noon. The last part is the fear. And that's the one to overcome. That's a false expectation that appears real. I'm going to run a webinar and nobody's going to show up, or no one wants to talk to me now, or I feel bad trying to sell them a service that I'm almost giving away. So the fear is just do it. Just do it. Get out its volume. Not everybody's going to be there, but don't worry about that. Get over that fear. So that's the message for today. List down the things that are interfering with you and just flip it. What's the opposite of doing that? And that's the for today. So anyhow, you want to share any of your ideas, put them in the comments. Love to hear them. And I'm also going to put a link to Brad Sugars, our CEO and friend of mine, put together a 10-day online training for free. So click on that link. You want to get your business going through this tough times. It's called Survive and Thrive. Everybody have a great day.